it going? It's a beautiful day down in Nashville once again, but still, it's a little hot. It's in the mid 90s right now. It's supposed to get hotter during the week, so it's actually a great time to actually sit at home if you're not working, not doing anything else. Sit at home and watch some Netflix, and of course that's what I do. Probably more often than I should. So I've pretty much seen everything I want to see on Netflix. Of course, there's always more coming out, and several that I've seen, some that I like, some that I don't. I just wanted to make a quick video about the ones that I have seen. Maybe make some recommendations for people who haven't seen any of these yet. Some of the latest ones I've watched. I watched the new Bruce Willis one, Cosmic Sin. Overall, wasn't crazy about it. The story was okay. It's basically about aliens who take over humans' bodies and they're trying to destroy the human race. It's an interesting movie. It's several centuries into the future. They have some neat technology. You have suits that can actually fly through space. And they can take wormholes and go light years away really quick. And of course they can land in the suits also on different planets. But some dumb things they still have cars and motorcycles and bars with neon lights, and I have a hard time believing that's all going to be around in several hundred years. There's going to be different things. But overall, not really that great of a movie. I expected a lot more out of it than there was. But if you got some time, watch it. You might think differently of it. Maybe. Another one was Ice Road with Liam Neeson. That was a good movie. I like Liam Neeson. He basically plays a trucker. He's pretty much down on his luck. He keeps losing his job because he's working with his brother, who is mentally challenged because of something that happened in the war. But he's working with him, and he keeps losing his jobs because of it. So he's kind of like down on his luck. So he has to take the next job he can get, which just happens to be the transporting of some drilling equipment to a mine, which had a collapse and had a whole bunch of miners trapped in the mine, and they need this drilling equipment to get them out. It's too heavy to airlift, so they gotta put it on trucks. The only way to get there is to take the ice roads, and of course this is late spring. Everything's starting to melt, so they have 48 hours to get there, and they gotta drive over melting ice. But it's actually an interesting movie. It's a action-packed movie. Parts of it's very predictable, but it's still a good movie. Very worth the watch. One that I regretfully watched was Woman in the Window. I knew just by seeing it, it was going to be a remake of the old Rear Window movie with what's his face in it? You know who I'm talking about. It was an okay movie. Ending was a little different than what I expected. But if you're gonna compare it with Rear Window, you might as well rewatch Rear Window. It's actually a little bit better movie. So I kind of give that one kind of a thumbs across. It's not really bad, but it's not a great movie. I wasn't really interested in most of the movie, but if you got time, watch it. Another movie that I watched was called The Eighth Night. Now this is I think it is Japanese. I should have looked and see which one it was. But I think it's a Japanese movie. Um, but it's basically about Buddha had trapped this evil being, and basically the being he's pure evil, and he had one red eye, one black eye. So Buddha took his eyes, which took his powers away, and locked his eyes in two separate places on Earth, where they can't be found, and they were guarded by these monks. So basically, and of course, an archaeologist finds the eye, and he hears all the stories, and he's trying to learn about the eye. He finds the red eye, but anyway, the eye will get into people's bodies and basically use those people as stepping stones to get to the other eye. And the prophecy was that it takes 8 nights, and every day he takes another host, so it takes 8 hosts. And of course, part of the prophecy was the final host was a virgin. So this monk, or actually these 2 monks, were in search of this virgin, and he had to kill this virgin before the eye got to her. But it's a really good story. I don't know how many people know this of me, but I do love Japanese movies, Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese. I watch all those. I love those movies. They actually do really well, especially with horror movies. And sometimes fantasy movies are good. But this was a really good movie. A lot of the ending I did not see coming. I'm not going to say anything about it. You really do have to watch this movie. I do give this an enthusiastic thumbs up. So, Eighth Night is a thumbs up from me. I say watch it. It's really good. Kept me interested in the whole thing. Another really interesting movie just came out just kind of recently. Gunpowder Milkshake. It has Karen Gillan in it. She played Nebula on Guardians of the Galaxy. She's an assassin hired by a syndicate. And there's all kinds of different crime bosses, and it's very reminiscent of like Kill Bill, something like that. It's very comic bookish. Kind of a fun movie. It's different. The fighting scenes are really good. Mostly unbelievable, but it's a fun movie. I didn't really have high hopes going into it, but it actually played well. It was kind of cool. So that's another one that's worth the watch. Like I said, it came out just recently. Some of you may have already seen it, but if you haven't seen it, watch that one. Now this other one is actually another. I believe this is also a Japanese movie. It's Rurouni Kenshin. It's the final chapter. It's actually a finale of a series. There's other ones. I haven't seen the other ones, but this is actually a really good movie. It takes place in Tokyo in the 1800s, I believe. Yeah, middle 1800s. It's basically about this swordsman. His wife got killed by his own hand. It wasn't really his fault. He wasn't trying to, but he actually killed his wife. But his wife's brother had wanted to get revenge against him. So he builds this whole big group of killers, and they go and try to destroy Tokyo. It's again, this is a fun movie. If you like kung fu, a lot of swordplay, a lot of fighting, really, really, really good movie. That's another enthusiastic thumbs up. Need to watch that one. Of course, one that just came out called Blood Red Sky. Haven't seen it yet. That one I will be watching. It looks interesting. So we'll be looking out for that one. I'll probably talk about that next time I do one of these videos. And finally, I just want to go through a list of some of the movies that are out there that I know everybody's seen, but I know everybody wants to see them again. Yeah. Like one I watched today was Sum of All Fears. Great movie. Ben Affleck. Great movie. Air Force One's on there. Total Recall is always a classic. And, of course, the Austin Powers movies. Who can avoid the Austin Powers movies? You gotta love them. Every one of them. All three of them. They're up there. So grab some popcorn, grab some beer, sit down, have some fun. But that's all I have for right now. Thank you for watching. Hope you take some of my advice and watch some of these movies. You might like them, you might not. Who knows? But give them a try. And I'll be watching more. And I plan on making some more of these type videos also about some of the movies I watch. Just in case you guys don't have time to watch all these movies. You might get some information, might say, hey, that sounds good, I'll watch it. But anyway, give me some comments underneath. Tell me how you like these movies, how you didn't like the movies, whatever. But like the video, and of course subscribe to my channel to get future videos. And that's all I got for right now. I thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.